we should all sit here. Good morning. I'm Joseph McDonald, and I'm honored to serve as president of the University of Maine at Farmington. It is my privilege to welcome you today as we gather to celebrate this year's commencement for the class of 2023. We are delighted to have secured this venue for our graduating ceremony, with Maine's magnificent western mountains in our background and these beautiful fields that just earlier in the week were not green but a pond. Our thanks to John Moore and Jennifer Jorn for their generosity by inviting the university to hold our graduation here. So thank you. Would you please rise, if you are able, for the singing of the national anthem by UMF senior Morgan Suzanne Stewart.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Morgan. Please be seated. UMF students Cecilia Hart Canavan, Maya Spring Michard, and Tracy Bunting will now read our Indigenous Land and Water Acknowledgement. All three students will graduate today.
Good morning. We would like to begin by recognizing that the University of Maine at Farmington occupies the traditional homelands of the Abenaki people of Mesocantee, whose communities lived and sustained themselves along what we call the Sandy River for millennia until very recent times. We acknowledge that this community was largely displaced to the Woollanock and Odanak reserves in Quebec, Canada, as a result of colonial warfare, and that their descendants remain there today.
The Abenaki people of Western Maine are the original caretakers of this area and maintain a sacred connection with it. We pledge to honor that relationship by educating ourselves about their history and current struggles, and by investigating our own responsibilities to correct ongoing justice. We wish to also extend this acknowledgement to the Muliseet, Micmac, Penobscot, and Passamaquoddy nations who, with the Abenaki of Woollanock and Ossinak, make up the Wabanaki people.
We recognize and affirm the sovereignty of the Native nations in this territory and beyond. We recognize that sovereignty means the ability to self-govern over one's homelands. We understand that this statement has real implications and that decolonization is not a metaphor. We pledge to continue our collaboration with Wabanaki people to further decolonize spaces and to transform UMF into a place that honors the Wabanaki and other Indigenous peoples. We acknowledge that this is an ongoing process in which the University of Maine at Farmington promises to partake in partnership with the many Indigenous individuals who have contributed to this important cause.
Thank you, Cecilia, Mia, and Tracy. It gives me now great pleasure to welcome Professor Wesley McNair to the podium. Wes McNair was Poet Laureate of Maine from 2011 to 2016 and has served 5 times as the Pulitzer Poetry Jury. He was the founder and director of the UMF Creative Writing Program and a longtime faculty member. Wes is currently Professor Emeritus at the University of Maine at Farmington. Professor McNair will read his poem, In Praise of a Tree. Wes?
Thank you, Joe, for inviting me here today. Speaking as an old professor, I have to say there are few things in life more inspiring for me than a college graduation, because this commencement, this beginning, is a milestone event, way bigger than any one of you gathered here, and yet each one of you has helped to create it. The proud parents in this audience who've encouraged and supported these sons of daughters of yours over the past 4 years, the teachers who've been their guides in discovery and learning, and at the center of it all, you graduates with that lump in your throat from the bittersweet sense of leaving this college you've grown to love, and at the same time the feeling of being ready to start your new life at last, come what may. So, on this beautiful May morning, I want to read a poem of praise and celebration I wrote on another May morning about something way bigger than me. I'm speaking of a tall and ancient and magnificent pine tree, the Maine state tree that stands outside my farmhouse, the tallest tree by far in my town of Mercer. In praise of a tree. In the town photograph from 1905, the white pine is already old. It lifts its branches above the roof of our house. Today, they are higher. When we tilt back our heads to find where the tree has put its fine, feathery crown, we can hardly avoid the sense of falling. For 200 years, it has climbed the ladder up out of itself, straight and tall as its forebears, once chosen to make mass for a king's warships. Here in the grass by our front door, this tree, which has done battle with wind and ice, carrying cargoes of squirrels and songbirds and flinging winged seeds to feed them in spring, is a mothership of its own making. Forget that the great lower branch is broken and think of its struggle with the weight of a 2-day snow. And disregard the abandoned woodpecker hole, now risen to the height of our second floor. For on this May morning, the morning of my poem, it became the home of the honeybees. Think of them flying across the sky to swarm the hole while we, in our excitement, threw open the storm windows that had sealed us in. Imagine the vibration of their single omnipresent hum as the tree took them into its ancient heart, singing this praise song, this music of the spheres. With this poem about a Maine tree, graduates, I celebrate the steadfast support of your parents and of your teachers at this college, and the faithful mission of this old college itself, which went right on shaping you in spite of its struggles over the past couple of winters. And last but not least, I celebrate the achievement of you graduates yourselves, who, like honeybees, have made this place your home for several seasons until the time has come to lift your wings together and fly away. Happy graduation.
Thank you, Wes. Let me now introduce the platform party and others participating today. I ask you to stand when I call your name and remain standing until we acknowledge your entire group. In the back row, from my right, Vice President for Student Affairs, Advancement, and Enrollment Management, Christine Wilson. Senior Class President, Brandon Reed. Senior Class Vice President, Chelsea Davis. Senior Class Secretary and Class Speaker, Emmeline Remington. Senior Class Treasurer, Tracy Bunting, and University Marshal and Professor of Business, Wallach Dalpour. Please thank these graduating seniors and senior leaders for their service and participation. Thank you. You may sit down. In the front row, starting from my right, our co-provost and Dean of Arts and Sciences, Steve Quackenbush. Professor Emeritus and former Maine Poet Laureate, Wesley McNair. Our commencement speaker, Professor Doris Santoro. A member of the University of Maine System Board of Trustees, David McMahon. And our co-provost and Dean of Education, Catherine Yardley. Professor of Political Science, Scott Erb, and Professor of Early Childhood Education, Donna Caro. Please thank these senior leaders for their service and participation. We also recognize Reicher Entertainment, who bagpiped us here to this ceremony. Andrea Kierstead at the organ, who provided pre-ceremony music and will accompany our recessional. And Amy Horan and Shannon Locke, who are interpreting the ceremony in American Sign Language. Please join me in thanking these contributors. Our reserved seating section is full of important friends of the university, including members of the UMF Board of Visitors and the UMF Alumni Council and officials from the town of Farmington and the state of Maine. Thank you for being exceptional partners to this university and for your attendance today. UMF has significant strengths, including our size, our location, and our culture. But our greatest strength is our faculty and staff. Our faculty work hard to prepare our students with the analytical tools, moral values, and a passion for learning grounded in the liberal arts and sciences. We are fortunate to have dedicated faculty who both pursue research in their fields and generously share their time and knowledge with our students at UMF. Here, teaching matters. I now ask members of the UMF faculty to please rise. Graduation cannot happen without these exceptional members of the community. As outstanding and creative teachers, advisors, mentors, and scholars, you have given immensely to prepare our graduates for this day. Please, students especially, join me in extending our deepest thanks and appreciation to the UMF faculty. The modern university relies on staff as much as faculty to fulfill its mission, and yet too often staff do not get the recognition they deserve. We have staff devoted to admissions, advising, career services, housing, food service, IT, finance, alumni, financial aid, the arts, recreation, public safety, and student services. We have superb building and grounds crews, librarians, coaches, and administrative support personnel. These staff members play a meaningful role in the life of the university, sometimes directly with students and other times behind the scenes. I now ask members of the UMF staff to please rise. And so many of them are off to the sides because they're working here, and they were working at 6 o'clock this morning to prepare this graduation setting. So please recognize these dedicated UMF staff members. You have guided our graduates. You have guided our graduates through countless interactions with all these university functions, and we honor your dedication to UMF. So graduates, please join me in extending our fondest thanks to the UMF staff. Finally, let me thank the UMF Commencement Committee. This group has orchestrated and is now overseeing this momentous occasion. Please join me in offering them a much-deserved round of applause. Let me now congratulate our graduates. We are extraordinarily proud of you and your accomplishments. We also want to thank your parents and family members for their support. We are grateful for all the sacrifices you have made to educate these graduates, and we are pleased to enjoy this proud moment with you. At this time, I'd like to ask the graduates to stand to publicly acknowledge your family members who have sacrificed for your education. Graduates may now sit. Thank you. The university experience is a transformative one. As John Henry Newman, the great 19th century author of The Idea of a University, observed, a university education ensures that graduates do not stand at graduation where they did when they entered the university, but have a new center, a new range of thoughts to which they were before strangers. And it is your teachers and your parents, more than anyone else, who noticed this transformation from first-year student to graduating senior, and from college graduate to the completion of graduate school. It reminds me of Mark Twain's comment about his own parents. He said when he was a teenager, he was embarrassed by his parents' ignorance. But by the time he was 21, he was amazed at how much they had learned in such a brief time. That is the transformative power of education. The University of Maine at Farmington nurtures an inclusive culture. Everyone here is a member of a diverse community from different races, cultures, religions, sexual orientations, and various parts of the world. UMF welcomes and values all its students. I hope what you have learned here at UMF is to embrace diversity. An essential aspect of a college education is learning to understand and respect differences and learning to find common ground and common interests. The class of 2023 has demonstrated resilience by having your college years disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. In the spring of your first year, every university in the country emptied its classrooms and went online, and universities just returned to a COVID-relaxed environment last fall, the start of your senior year. But you stayed with it, and that resilience will serve you well in the future. At an early age, you learned that life often takes us to plan B or C or even D or E. Life is full of ups and downs, and your capacity to adjust to the unexpected and make the best of it should give you confidence to navigate in a dynamic world. Today, people are questioning the value of a college education. In Maine, only 36% of the population has obtained a college education. 45% of Maine's high school graduates do not pursue advanced studies. Saturday Night Live once did a comedy routine that questioned the value of a college education. The skit was performed by the character Father Guido Sarducci, called the 5-Minute University, based on the premise that he could teach in 5 minutes everything the average university graduate could remember 5 years after graduation. Perhaps you may not even have to wait 5 years. You may have already forgotten the material you learned last term. It's a funny routine, especially funny to those who already have a degree. But it also makes you think about the real value of a college education. The lasting effect of a college education is not found in remembering the specific content of course material, but the habits of mind, the widening of interest, the development of character, and the commitment to continuous learning, open-mindedness, and civic engagement that graduates obtain from their university education. The acceleration of technological change that will take place over your lifetimes will require skills that you cannot learn in today's classroom because the technology has not yet been developed. And the implications of that technology, both positive and unintended, is not yet known. We are just now grappling with the promise and perils of artificial intelligence, its capacity to liberate, and its power to manipulate. A college education will arm you with the critical skills to shape and adjust to the changes that technology will bring to your lives. What you must take away from this education is the capacity to identify and resolve problems as they emerge, to think creatively and critically, to communicate clearly, concisely, and coherently, and to collaborate with diverse people. These are the skills that you have learned here at Farmington, and you must nurture these skills by continuing to learn. Your education does not stop today. It is only beginning. I hope you leave UMF with both the curiosity and the confidence that you can learn new things. If you do that, you will be prepared for whatever path in life you choose. Your generation is coming of age in a fractured world and a deeply divided country. Your generation will have the challenge of addressing climate change, human migration, and the risks of another world war. One of the deepest cultural divides in our own country is between those with a college degree and those without a degree. And it's those with a college degree that must take the initiative to bridge the cultural and political divide by fostering common values and policies and programs that bring people together. As you do that, keep in mind the words of President Abraham Lincoln in his first inaugural as he addressed the citizens of the southern states, because his words are the same words you will need today to heal our divided country. Lincoln said to the people of the South, "We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. Though passion may have strained, it must not break our bonds of affection. The mystic cords of memory stretching from every battlefield and patriot grave to every living heart and hearthstone all over this broad land will yet swell with the chorus of the Union when again touched as surely as they will be by the better angels of our nature. Our task as citizens is to reinvigorate the ideals of the experiment in democracy, to awaken those chords of memory, and then to display the better angels of our nature to heal a broken country and a divided world. This is the larger mission to which society is calling today's college graduates, and I have every reason to believe you will rise to the challenge. Congratulations, best wishes, stay in touch. It is now my distinct honor to invite Trustee McMahon to bring us greetings from the University of Maine System Board of Trustees. Dr. David McMahon was born and educated in the United Kingdom, where he attended the University of Nottingham. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science and a doctoral degree in physical chemistry. David is a former trustee of Thomas College and the Maine Community College System, and he has been a trustee of the University of Maine System since 2018. It is with great pleasure that I welcome Trustee David McMahon.
President MacDonald, distinguished faculty and staff, class of 2023, families and friends. Greetings from the University of Maine System Board of Trustees, a governing body appointed by the governor to administer the system, a vital state asset serving 30,000 students. It's an honor to be at UMF today. Class of 2023, you've succeeded despite the pandemic. You've completed your education with in-person instruction frequently replaced by remote learning. For that, I commend you. It's hard to believe that Zoom, now a household name, was launched in 2013. Where would we be without it? As you journey forth, either entering a new career or to further study, I hope you will remain connected to the University of Maine at Farmington as an alum and a supporter of public education in Maine. I know you will use your education as a springboard for lifelong learning and to make the world a better place. President John F. Kennedy, in his inaugural address in January 1961, said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." A comment that is so relevant today. Graduates, what can you do for your country, your state, and your community, inspired by your experiences at University of Maine, Farmington? Can you commit an hour a week to make the world a better place by helping others? I sincerely hope so. In conclusion, Let me give my personal thanks to the faculty for all their efforts in such difficult times. Faculty, I applaud you. Thank you. Again, class of 2023, congratulations. You have truly succeeded against all odds.
Greetings, graduates, families, friends, and colleagues. Thank you for being here today to celebrate the accomplishments of our beloved students. My name is Christine Wilson, and I serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management here at UMF. And I have the honor and privilege of introducing the student speaker today. Everyone knows that these graduates have persisted through college during very challenging times. Their memories of college will be forever intertwined with the COVID-19 pandemic and its impact on all aspects of our lives. Our graduates made the most of their experiences despite these challenges, but some of our graduates were additionally impacted by the loss of loved ones during their time in college, people who would have been here today otherwise. Our student speaker came to us to suggest a way to remember these people today. And so this year, we are starting a new tradition, the Remembrance Chair. This empty chair is a symbol of loved ones and friends whom students have lost while in college. These folks may not be here in person, but they are here in our memories. Thank you, Em, for suggesting such a beautiful addition to our commencement exercises. And now, we will have a moment of silence to remember these special people. Thank you. Emmeline Remington is from Bennington, Vermont. She is graduating with 2 majors, creative writing and performing arts. She has been a very involved student on campus, having served as a member and the president of Student Theater UMF, as a member of Sigma Tau Delta, the English Honors Fraternity, and the president of Alpha Psi Omega, the Honors Theater Fraternity. She has managed the UMF costume shop for 2 years, designed the costumes for 4 plays, and appeared in every main stage production during her time here at UMF. You can imagine how devastated our theater students were during COVID times, but she persisted, and upon reflection, thinks those hard times actually made her a stronger actor. During her time at UMF, you could most often find her in the lower level of fusion in the Creative Writing Library or in the Alumni Theater. She loved visiting the old observatory and viewing sunsets from a special place in Flint Woods. After graduation, Em is moving back to her hometown to teach a theater audition workshop. She has been accepted to Goddard College in Plainfield, Vermont, where she will pursue a Master of Fine Arts in Creative Nonfiction Writing. Please join me in welcoming Em Remington.
Home is something I have spent my entire life searching for. I've moved well over 20 times. I've been a student at 10 different institutions from Vermont to California, and I can say with complete sincerity that I didn't expect Farmington, Maine to become my home. To be honest, I found our campus completely by accident while looking at schools in Maine online. When I got in, I was so excited. The first thing I did was Google, where is Farmington, Maine? The first time I visited campus, it was raining. I didn't sign up for a legitimate tour, so my mom and I just kind of drove up and down the streets of this new place, wondering why there was a giant asparagus planted outside of their education center. But there was something about UMF that drew me in, called to me, felt different. And so, in the fall, I was a full-time student living on campus. Right away, I realized that I had made the right choice. I discovered that UMaine Farmington has faculty that genuinely care about their students and their well-being, both in and outside of the classroom. I found like-minded individuals and created a family 5 hours away from my own. I found that Alumni Theater is the place on campus where I feel completely safe and supported, that the professors in the creative writing department genuinely want their students to succeed and flourish. I can say with complete sincerity that I would not be where I am today if it weren't for the humanities department at our university. When students at UMF were sent packing in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I was astonished by the resilience of my community, of our staff and professors and my fellow students. Strength is a word that comes to mind when I think of the class of 2023. Determination is another. We have all found our home here in Farmington, Maine, at this university, with each other. It is with the strength and determination that has carried us here over the course of our time at UMF that we can now gracefully say goodbye, that we can enter the real world prepared for whatever it is going to throw at us. Families, friends, and supporters of the class of 2023, you must know one thing about us. We are ready for any trials and tribulations because our time here has made us all a little fearless. And in the words of Mary Shelley, beware, for I am fearless and therefore powerful. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Steve Quackenbush, Associate Provost and Dean of Arts and Sciences, and it is my great honor to introduce Dr. Doris Santoro, Professor of Education at Bowdoin College and recipient of our honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters and this year's commencement speaker. Dr. Santoro is a senior associate editor for the American Journal of Education. She has published widely in academic journals and publications geared towards teachers and school leaders. She has written 2 books, Demoralized, Why Teachers Leave the Profession They Love and How They Can Stay, and Principled Resistance, How Teachers Resolve Ethical Dilemmas. I now ask that President McDonald join me in presenting the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters on behalf of the University of Maine at Farmington and the University of Maine Board of Trustees.
Doris Santoro, please stand. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine system, I have the honor to bestow upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations.
I don't know if it's afternoon yet, but it feels like afternoon now, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, President McDonald and the University Board of Trustees for awarding me this honorary degree from the University of Maine at Farmington. As a philosopher of education, it is significant to me that I am being recognized by the flagship public liberal arts institution in Maine. And as someone who has studied the sources of teacher satisfaction for nearly 20 years, it is a special honor to be recognized by an institution so integral to teacher education in the state of Maine. In fact, my daughter Natalie was educated by teachers who earned their degrees here at Farmington, first at Reiki Elementary in Portland, and now at the Rangeley Lakes Regional School, just as they say, up the road a piece. Congratulations, class of 2023. Today is about you embarking on the next phase of your life. Before we look forward, I'd like you to take a moment to look back. Please bring to mind one teacher or professor who made it possible for you to be sitting here today. Perhaps it was the second grade teacher who realized you were having reading difficulties. The middle school physical education teacher who taught you something about belonging. The high school math teacher who conveyed the elegance of equations. Perhaps it was a professor here at UMF who helped you find balance and academic purpose during the upheavals caused by the pandemic. For me, it was Mr. McRoby, the high school and English journalism teacher who would issue me detentions for being just a little too sassy, but who also pushed me to take myself seriously as a reporter. He held me accountable, and his good work made a difference that neither he nor I could totally anticipate at the time, with my late 80s really big hair and even bigger attitude. In preparing for this address, I came to realize that 4 years of journalism at Oswego High School forever shaped my life path. I didn't become a reporter, but I was an English and journalism teacher for a time. What I learned from that chaotic student-led class where Mr. McRoby served as a curmudgeonly but trusted guide has shaped my approach to educating, even today at Bowdoin. He created a learning environment where students were collaborative decision makers who taught each other new skills, who investigated significant issues in our small town, and who had to meet deadlines that mattered. The work of publishing a paper meant that our activities had a real audience, and then we ran up against issues of freedom of the press, individual freedom of expression, the right to privacy, and other substantial questions about ethics and justice. Thank you, Mr. McRoby, for helping me stand here today. I invite you all to take a moment to send thanks to the person that you were called. Okay, let's come back to the present. Good work is what I hope for all of you graduates. This is different from a high-paying job or even a career that is well regarded by others. Good work is about finding something that provides an important service to others that you can undertake ethically. That is, in a way that helps and does not harm others, and that lives up to the standards recognized by your peers who are also doing the work. When we're incredibly fortunate, we get paid to do good work. In feeding my community and caring for the land, I am able to do good work on my small family farm in Rangeley. I've been incredibly fortunate to be able to do good work as my job as a professor. It requires a level of freedom and trust, as well as a community of colleagues whom I call upon to help me identify where I may have failed to live up to the standards of our profession, and who can set me right. My colleagues, some in the office next door and some who are across the globe whom I've met on social media, support me when my resolve wavers or my self-confidence is shaken. I hope as you go out into the world, you have the opportunity to work under these conditions. Yet I'm going to ask you to do more than look out for yourselves as you move into your futures. Today, many teachers cannot create the kind of learning environments that Mr. McRoby designed for me and my peers. Many educators are overwhelmed with ever-growing responsibilities and bureaucratic demands while facing constraints that limit the ways that they can meet students' learning needs. Teachers across the country and here in Maine are literally being threatened by the very communities they serve. For teachers who strive to do good work, the situation is demoralizing and devastating. The conditions in many public schools do not enable educators to do the kind of good work that I hope for you. Over 90% of students in the United States attend public schools. We depend on educators so we all need to do our part to enable their good work. Creating the conditions where people can do good work takes so much more than salary bumps and initial financial incentives. These policies are necessary to properly recognize teachers' expertise in labor. Even with these important initiatives in place, the opportunity to do good work has all but disappeared for many public educators from pre-K to university. For good work to be sustainable, the work environment needs to convey respect, value teachers' collective expertise, and promote the design of creative and fulfilling opportunities like my journalism class at Oswego High. To those of you who are about to become teachers, welcome to a profession that has the potential to offer unbelievably fulfilling and gratifying work. Unite with your colleagues to demand these conditions. Public schools cannot function without you. To those of you who are not public school teachers, we have a substantial role in supporting the conditions that allow educators to find meaning, experience joy, and feel sustained while serving our communities. Most public school districts, and all those in Maine, are democratically governed. That means we have a voice in shaping the conditions where teachers can do good work. We must use our voices. As you move into this next phase of your lives, I wish for all of you to be able to do good work. At the same time, consider how you can support the good work of the public school and university educators who played a part in you arriving at this important achievement. Congratulations, class of 2023.
The University of Maine at Farmington offers the Master's of Science in Education degree in Early Childhood Education, Educational Leadership, Mathematics Education, and Special Education, and the Master's of Arts degree in Counseling Psychology with an emphasis in Creative Arts. Will all the candidates for the master's degrees please rise? President McDonald, on behalf of the faculty of the University of Maine at Farmington, I have the honor to present these candidates. They have met all the requirements of the university and are recommended to you for the degree of Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology, Master of Science in Education, Early Childhood, Master of Science in Education, Educational Leadership, Master of Science in Education, Mathematics Education, and Master of Science in Education, Special Education.
Thank you, Dr. Yardley. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine system, I hereby confer upon each of you the master's degree you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. You may now move your tassels from right to left.
Recipients of the university master's degrees, congratulations. At this time, we invite you to come to the stage to be hooded and receive your diploma. The tradition of the academic hood can be traced back more than 500 years. The act of hooding of our master degree candidates recognizes their accomplishments, is a visual representation of their scholarly achievements, and signifies their entrance into the community of scholars. The color of the master's hood indicates the graduate's achievements. The trim indicates the graduate's academic discipline. The inside of the hood, displayed on the graduate's back, indicates the school from which the student graduated. Please come forward, and Dr. Scott Erb will announce each of you by name as you come forward to receive your diploma.
Please welcome Lisa L. Henry, Program Director for the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology with an emphasis on the creative arts. Christy A. Backus.
Raya Suzanne Baird.
Raya Suzanne Baird. Lauren Marie Bissonette. Mackenzie Ryan Clement. Thanks. Jennifer L. Hibbs. Sarah A. V. Moffitt. Genevieve A. Morgan. Alexandria L. Ridley. And Libby Ann Shanahan. What? Heather Lynn Toll. Abigail Jean Weston. Kimberly Ann Wilson. Next, please welcome Dr. Donna Carno for the hooding for the Master of Science in Education, Early Childhood Education. Melissa Brown. Emma Doris Cam. Ashley Dawn Lutz. Courtney Marie Richardson. Emily Elizabeth Skink. Julia B. Belser. Kristen Ray Stebbins. Justine May Valancourt. Marcy Ray Whitcomb. Is it on? Sarah Elizabeth Wilkes. Kate L. Yates. Next, please welcome Dr. Paul Knowles for the hooding for the Master of Science in Education, Educational Leadership. Amy Melissa Eastman. Amanda Rose Gage Kroll. Sasha Brianna Hampton. Philip Edward Hodgkins. Catherine Josephs. Kayla Jane Kaiser. Johanna R. Lake. Katrina Ann Meter. Destiny Rayanne Merrill. Nicholas E. Miner. Ryan Matthew Mountain. Okay, next for the presenting of the hood for the Masters of Science in Mathematics Education, Dr. Shannon Larson, Associate Professor of Elementary Education. Oh. I'm sorry, there is an order confusion here. We're still at the Master of Science in Education, Carly L. Raymond. Rachel Elizabeth Siegel. Danelle Emily Sermon Gendron. Dawn A. Terrio. Christina Faith Beither. Okay, now, please welcome Dr. Shannon Larson for the hooding for the Master of Science in Education, Mathematics Education. Brandy Lynn Munce. Next, please welcome Dr. Brianna Grumstrup for the Master of Science in Education, Special Education. Brittany L. Church. Jasmine K. Corkins. Lydia Enman. Tyler Aaron Oren. Jenna Renee Willie.
Oops, need the mic. Congratulations to all of our master's graduates. Please be seated. The University of Maine at Farmington awards 4 different bachelor's degrees: the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Fine Arts, and the Bachelor of General Studies. Will all the bachelor degree candidates please rise? President McDonald, on behalf of the faculty of the University of Maine at Farmington, I have the honor to present these candidates. They have met all requirements for the university for their bachelor's degree and are recommended to you for receipt of this degree.
Thank you, Dr. Yardley. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine system, I hereby confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. You may now move your tassels from right to left.
Graduates, congratulations. Please be seated. At this time, we would like you to come forward to receive your diplomas. The senior class officers will receive their degrees first. Dr. Scott Erb and Dr. Donna Carno will then announce each of the degree recipients as they come forward to receive their diplomas. They will also note which graduates have earned cum laude status, indicating an overall grade point average of 3.5, magna cum laude for a grade point average of 3.7 or above, or summa cum laude for a grade point average of 3.9 or above.
Brandon Allen Reed. Chelsea Lynn Davis, magna cum laude. Emmeline Remington. Tracy Bunting. Yusuf Abukar Ado. Leah Allais. Julia M. Alterio, magna cum laude. Ava Anderson, cum laude. Amelia Arnett. Gwyneth C. Ash. Kaya Backman. Katrin J. Barr, magna cum laude. Luca Rosa Basquet, magna cum laude. Cameron Joseph Carpenter. Lori Malaki Bokash. Sydney Beecher, magna cum laude. Adele Belanger, summa cum laude. Ellie Juliana Bernard. Vanessa Bisson. Isabella Scott Blumenfeld, magna cum laude. William Andrew Brenner, magna cum laude. Courtney Brent. Sophie M. Brewer. Sam Brilhart. Emma Catherine Brown, magna cum laude. Angie Lynn Burnham, summa cum laude. Joseph A. Campbell. Celia Hart Canavan. McKenna Canty, magna cum laude. Anna M. Carpenter. Heather N. Carper, magna cum laude. Courtney E. Carrier, magna cum laude. Ryan Caruthers. Harley Carter, summa cum laude. William Koshan. Theo Sarama Smith. Mallory Joyce Cretion, magna cum laude. Emma Claire Chidzicki, magna cum laude. Lily M. Clark. Miranda Ann Clark, summa cum laude. Tony Cleaves.
Samantha Creech, summa cum laude. Elena V. Cruz. Jacob Silas Curtis. Hunter Dalton, cum laude. Maya Daniels, magna cum laude. Allison Ruth Davis, magna cum laude. Paige T. Davis, summa cum laude. Marinella Evelyn Demmons. Abriana Sue DeLaurier. Jenny M. Doiron. Summa cum laude. Kyle Thomas Donlin. Sarah Marie Dorr. Tim Dugan II. Abby J. Duigi, cum laude. Mackenzie D. Dyer. Cade Eastman, magna cum laude. Emily Ann Eden, cum laude. Summer Rebecca Eels. Zach J. Ellsworth. Charlotte Louise Emerson. Allison H. Emery, summa cum laude. Alana Enzer, cum laude. Joshua M. Factor. Samantha Lee Fike. Eve Josephine Fisher, summa cum laude. Cameron James Foss. Mullen Francis, cum laude. Juniper Frost, summa cum laude. Mia Aniela Gale. Victoria Elizabeth Garand. Madeline Sarah Guidel, cum laude. Heidi Gedinger, magna cum laude. Okay. Teresa Carolyn Joya, summa cum laude. Gabriel Miles Glidden, summa cum laude.
You made the last two because the last two are big. You made them simple.
Oh, good God. Erin Kathleen Gonzalez. Anna Good, cum laude. Marissa Lynn Goodwin, cum laude. Shelby Marie Gove, cum laude. Virginia Goyette. Hunter Graham. Noah Grindstaff, magna cum laude. Zach Grover. Kyle Edward Gurney, cum laude. Amon Hagas, cum laude. Caitlin Marie Hall. Sydney M. Holly. Julia Elizabeth Halley. Colin Ridley Harris, cum laude. Peyton Gabrielle Hart. Alana Hartford, cum laude. Matthew John Higgins. Silas Hill Yaztuk. Amy Marie Hodge, cum laude. Josh R. Hoffman, magna cum laude. Andrea J. Holman. Andy Scott Hopkins. Sammy Hotchkiss, magna cum laude. Jason K. House. Noor Hussein. Carly J. Jacqueline, summa cum laude. Heather Chloe Jansen, summa cum laude. Sherry Jewell. Lillian Winter Johnson. Shay Justice II. Jack Pete Kane III. Dakota Lynn Keenan. Isabella King, magna cum laude and University Honors Scholar.
Lizzie Kutzer, summa cum laude.
Amber Labe, magna cum laude. Hunter Avery Labossiere. Kristen K. Ladner, summa cum laude. Zach Joseph Laflame, magna cum laude. Ashley LaGrasse, magna cum laude. Suzanne Jean Lozay. Holly Leach, summa cum laude. Ian Ledbetter. Olivia Lee. Amethyst Lehman, cum laude. Maddie Legier, cum laude. Julia Elizabeth Langle. Paige Lilly, magna cum laude. Nicholas Allen Lombardi. Jamie L. Loisel, magna cum laude. Delise Thomasine Lorello, summa cum laude. Maureen Catherine Lorella. Christina N. Laugi, summa cum laude. Simone A. M. Lowell, magna cum laude. Eleanor May Lunt, cum laude. River A. Lusky, magna cum laude. Ryan R. McDonald, magna cum laude. Alana Mahar, summa cum laude. Seth S. Main, summa cum laude. Ashley Ann Maines, magna cum laude. Alex Manthorn, summa cum laude. Rissa Octavia Marble. Sarah Marie Maximic. Mark Mayo, cum laude. Reese K. McGlue. McMahon. Callie McMahon. Summa cum laude. Anastasia Mertz, summa cum laude. Catherine Marie Michael. Mia Spring Mishu. Brooks Trafford Miller, summa cum laude. Abby L. Milner. Vanessa R. Mitchell, magna cum laude. Silas Robertson Moeller, magna cum laude. Elliot Orion Morelli Wolf, magna cum laude, University Honor Scholar. Tyler Morris, summa cum laude. Gavin Morshed, magna cum laude. Curtis K. Morton. Lily Kate Mosley, magna cum laude. Teron Moss. Jacob Storm Mauser, summa cum laude. Abby Nelson. Zoe Norris. Cassidy K. O'Donnell, summa cum laude. Jack Thomas Olson. Haley Dawn Dorothea Page. Julia Suzanne Partridge, cum laude. Mariah L. Pelletier. Sierra N. Pennington, magna cum laude. Jeremy Pica. M. E. Platt, cum laude. Brian Pollard. Paige R. Polly, cum laude. Samantha A. Pond, cum laude. Garrett C. Pooler. Wiley Elizabeth Post. Nathan Chase Poulin, magna cum laude. Reese Remington. William L. Robert. Samantha M. Rockwell, magna cum laude. Anna M. Rogers, summa cum laude. Mayev Daniel Rogers, summa cum laude. Dodie Rogers. Haley Bragdon Rose, magna cum laude. Caitlin Rulo. Kristen Rue, summa cum laude. Chelsea A. Roy, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Royalty, summa cum laude. Bailey M. Sabin, summa cum laude. Artemis Sanborn. Willow M. Sanchez. Erica Stacy Sanderson, magna cum laude. Brenna Carolyn Socher, cum laude. Aiden A.J. Saunier, cum laude. Jonah D. Souter, magna cum laude. Bella Mae Sawyer, cum laude. Katie E. Sewell, cum laude. Twilight D. Smart Benson, summa cum laude. Brenton David Susi. Simon Spear. Bryce Beresford Springer. Ariana E. St. Clair, summa cum laude. Katie Saint Oman, cum laude. Jocelyn R. Stevens, magna cum laude. Morgan Suzanne Stewart, magna cum laude. Emily Rose Stinson, magna cum laude. Drew Story. Jasmine C. Murray. Kiris M.G. Tavernakis, magna cum laude. Spencer A. Taylor. Danny E. Terhune, magna cum laude. Hayden Rebecca Thomas, summa cum laude. Emily Jo Thompson. Madeline Mary Tyner, summa cum laude. Lily Towers, summa cum laude. Natalie Trask. Shay M. Trask. Sophia Angeline Turgeon. Carol J. Upham, magna cum laude. Gracie R. Vaughn, magna cum laude. Justin Vicu. Michaela D. Voisin. Emma Rose Wallace, magna cum laude. Bonnie Marie Walston. Bailey Susan Weston. Sean M. Whalen, summa cum laude. Rosalie White, magna cum laude. Randy Raymond Weir, summa cum laude. Krista D. Wilcox, summa cum laude. Kelsey A. Williams, magna cum laude. Jared Ian Wood. Joseph Wright, Jr. Sierra May Zahari, summa cum laude.
We have now officially conferred the degrees. Please join me in offering the new graduates a rousing round of applause. Okay. If you'd please direct your attention to the sky just above the screen behind me, our drone photographer is flying and ready to capture all of you and this momentous celebration. Everyone, please look up and wave at the camera. I now close the 2023 commencement ceremonies of the University of Maine at Farmington. Graduates and guests, please remain in your place until the platform party and the faculty procession have exited the amphitheater. Thank you and congratulations again, and go Beavers!